Taskmaster. This version is part of the Infinity War Thanos Build-A-Figure set. Side of the card art. This is the back of the packaging. This is Taskmaster out of the package. Before we get further into the review, it does have the right leg of Movie Thanos, which is a Build-A-Figure, and you need 6 other parts to complete it. On to the figure itself. Just a fantastic action figure. Taskmaster has had a few Marvel Legends, but this is the best one. And let's take a look at the comic book look of the character. And now, before we get further into the review, let's take a look at Taskmaster, the Toy Biz version. That figure never seemed right. It was always disappointing. This is the better version. But Hasbro made a Taskmaster a few years ago that was his modern costume. And let's take a look at that. But this is Taskmaster in his classic look, and in my opinion is the best costume. I'm not such a fan of the modern look of the character, and he has quite a few accessories. He has this sword. It's 2 colors here, but oddly there is no sheath. There's no place for him to store the sword. He has this shield. It's his Captain America-ish shield, and you can flip this so he can hold it if you want. That's a symbol. And he has, look at this, thigh holster, even though it's a reused part by Hasbro, and quite a few figures have it. Surprisingly, he doesn't have a bow and arrow, because Taskmaster, who could copy others' powers, usually copies Hawkeye, his bow and arrow, and even Daredevil's billy club. But he doesn't have those accessories, but he does have the shield, the sword, and this comes in handy. The thigh here, I'm not sure if this is new, but sculpt-wise it's much better than previous versions. And this here, just another loose piece, just it goes on the thigh here. This is reused from the modern Taskmaster, it looks like, but it is well done. They don't open the pouch bags, but just looks nice on the detailing and the belt buckle. The cape is removable. That's a back attachment piece, so it makes it a little easier. I'm not going to remove the cape here, and the hood, it's glued onto the skull here. But again, I'm not going to remove the head, because there's no other swap out heads or any other parts. The cape goes almost right to the floor. It's a double-sided cape in terms of 2 different colors. He definitely has a unique color combination in comic books. There's quite a lot going on costume-wise in terms of the colors. And let's look at the figure more close-up. Just review. And they painted in the eyes, they painted in the teeth. In the comics, it is a mask he's wearing. It's not his real face, just so you know. And look at the costume detailing. This is painted on, it's not sculpted. Same here. The color changes, painted on. But it is sculpted parts for the gloves here. And the boots. It is about 6.5 inches tall. And let's check out the articulation. The head on a ball joint. Can go up, down range is good, to the sides, The cape and the hood do get in the way a little bit in terms of getting some poses. Ball jointed shoulder area, in, out, up, down, swivel biceps, double elbows, articulation. The wrist can swivel, can go in or out there. It's an open grip, either hand, and you could either hold the shield or you could attach it to the sides. The torso, good range of articulation with a swivel waist. Ball jointed hips, and it could go up or down well. Has swivel thighs. Has a double knee articulation, and has calf articulation. And the ankles on a ball joint can go up, down to the sides. So it is really articulated well, and a design with a lot of accessories going on. And I'm going to give my final thoughts about it in a moment. So overall, what do I think of this Taskmaster action figure by Hasbro? And all I could say is this is definitely a welcome addition to Marvel Legends, because this character and in this costume has been a long mainstay Marvel villain in the books, and he's fought so many other heroes. There's only been about 2 other figures for Taskmaster. One was made by Toy Biz, which was this costume, and I never thought that was a great figure. It really lacked in many aspects, and it just wasn't a good figure. This figure is so much better. And the second version was Taskmaster in his modern costume, which I really wasn't a big fan of the updated look. It's a great action figure, well made, if you like that costume, but I always liked this classic look to the character. And to me, this is the best version of Taskmaster in Marvel Legends action figure form. This figure is a great addition to the Marvel Legends display, to the bad guys display, or even an anti-hero display, because sometimes he's portrayed nowadays as sort of an anti-hero and not a straight up villain. That's all I gotta say here. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.